to know it?
No, it's measurability. We can measure what? Time, space, distance,
Oh, right, right.
mass. All of these things are measurable. Subatomic particles, the effect of one thing on another, we can measure those things. So we know that those are facts. All right, tell me, how much does love weigh?
Okay. It's more like how much.
We don't know. And there are two sides
Yeah,
to being human.
but see, weight is something of gravity pull. Okay. Now,
We can't weigh
if
our
we,
thoughts.
the better question is how much energy does love give?
Well, that's a very good point.
Because
And I think that you're spot on when you say we can exercise control over that energy,
right,
but we still can't measure it. We Everybody is different. I see the color red, and I say, okay, that strawberry is red. But you say the strawberry is red, but I will never know what you are seeing. I don't know if your red is the same as my red.
right,
I can't know that. And I think that for me, the humility, the modesty of saying, gosh, I don't really know. I just do the best I can. And that's what I think you're saying is, I don't know everything.
okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever get religious people come to your door?
Say that again, please.
Do you ever get religious people come to your door?
Oh, I was raised
No.
in a very conservative, fundamentalist, dominionist religion.
Well, one of the first things they ask you is what happens after death, right? When somebody comes to your door.
I don't know.
Well, like the what is it called? A Jehovah's Witness.
Uh-huh.
You know how that's one of the things they ask you. What happens to you after you die? You know, and why are we here?
I don't know that either.
Okay. You know, what do you uh, what do you think? If somebody asks you what happens after you die, what would you say?
I don't have the faintest idea.
Okay,
And that's okay with me.
and but do you care?
No.
Bingo. That's it. That's where I get them too. They don't come back after I tell them that. I tell them, I'm not really worried about what happens after I die. Nobody knows because they're dead. I'm more worried about what's
I
happening
worry
now.
about I worry about what I do while I'm still on Earth and don't have Alzheimer's. I'm almost 80 years old,
Oh, very cool, man. That's very cool.
I'm really an old lady. And
Yeah.
that's why I felt safe to call you, so you wouldn't think I was some cougar or something.
Oh, no, no, no. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Okay, here's my other question. What's our purpose of being here on Earth?
I don't know. Who would dictate what that purpose is?
What
Who
do
would say?
What do you think your purpose is?
I think my purpose is to live my life the best way I can with the knowledge I have and the ability to think for myself. When I lived in Brazil, my parents would not allow me to attend movies because they were made in godless Hollywood. I was not allowed to associate with people that were not in our church unless I was evangelizing.
Right, right.
But they did allow me to go to college, and I took a course in philosophy,
Cool.
which I passed, but I could not get my degree because at that time, I'm talking now the 1950s,
Oh, uh-huh.
only people who were Brazilian citizens could get a degree.
Oh, I see.
And I don't blame them for that because at that time, only 3% of the Brazilian population had a college degree.
Oh,
So somebody said, well, let's give it to our own people and keep these foreigners from coming here and getting a degree. But anyway, that grieved me to an extent. But then I married within the religious community, and it was a disaster. But I did get something out of it. I got four lovely kids. The youngest one is maybe as old as you are. I don't know how old you are, but my baby is 51 years old.
okay. Yeah, I'm around. I'm 53.
Yeah, well, I've got a 53-year-old too.
Cool.
And then I married a man in 1970, and his wife had just up and left. She just said, oh, I don't think I was ever cut out to be a wife and a mother. And she split. She just took off. And we
Oh.
found each other by, now see, this is what I don't know. Was this a hand of a spiritual power greater than mine that led us to meet by coincidence?
Right.
Or is this just something that happened? But he and I raised our 8 kids together,
Cool.
and we had a wonderful marriage, and we had a successful business together. And there were a lot of people that said, oh my God, you want to have that marriage with the stepkids and blah, 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 and you want to work together too? Oh, that's just a recipe for disaster. But it worked out because have you ever read Stranger in a Strange Land?
No, I can't say I have.
It's a science fiction novel, but there's a word in there called grok, and GROK, and what it means is to understand somebody as fully as if they were you.
Okay.
That you get it, you get who they are, you really feel and understand them, and that was what we had. So we had a great marriage. He died in 2003,
Oh.
and I descended into alcoholism until about, oh my God, 2010.
Oh wow.
But then I was able to crawl out and start
Cool.
thinking again
Excellent.
instead of just hiding.
Right. Right.
And um, that freed me a lot. That experience of knowing what it's like to be in the basement, but to be able to crawl out.
Right. Right.
And that's what I see you doing. All you're doing is you're making stairways for people.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the things I really love about you.
Well, see, my belief is that my purpose, our purpose, here is to make somebody's life a little bit better. That's it. As simple as that. Any way we can, any moment we can, when the opportunity arises. And that's it. You know.
Yeah, our purpose is to be the best, the most moral, the most kind, the most empathetic people we can be. Yeah, and do what we can
To
to.
make somebody else's life a little bit better. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm trying to do here at this. See a monastery. Um, I mean, right here, it's super cool. I'm outside right now with a full moon talking to you. See, and you can hear how quiet it is.
I have a son
Uh-huh.
who is in his almost mid-50s, and he went to AA and found it very, uh, it was too structured
Right, right.
in terms of the religious and all this stuff that's Buddhist temple, and that's where he found his peace.
Cool. Right, right.
And yeah, he's a gymnastics coach,
Cool.
and he does this, I guess you'd say, sort of on the fly, but he teaches his students a different way of seeing the world.
Oh, huh.
And he's very successful at doing that. And he's not up for teaching his students to be the gymnastic champions. He's teaching them to use this way, this way of learning to control your body,
Oh, huh.
and then, oh, I can control my thoughts and my mind as well.
Right.
And I just think, he is a very special person. Not that I loved him
Cool.
more than all the others, but still,
Right, right, right. I know what you're saying. You like
yeah,
you like that part, that about him that he's doing.
yeah. Well, I think maybe I will join the other group then.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's only my family members and a few close friends. It's not. It's private. It's like I ran into some Native American herbs that they used to eat.
right.
They used to eat for help. For like indigestion or heartburn or headaches or stuff like that. So a list of it, for instance, and I got that on there because